Stop number 31 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to, or no, stop number 32, excuse me. Stop 32 brings us to the Castrol. It is 32. Stop number 32 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the North Carolina Motor Speedway in Rockingham, the Rock as it is known. As we're here today for the running of the AC Delco 400, as we're set for 59 laps of action on this 1.017 mile racetrack in the Sand Hills of North Carolina. This is the third straight races we're having in North Carolina, I might add, as well. So this is the 32nd of 34 races this season, and we're at Championship Chase. Is right down to it here today. We had an excellent finish the last race in the tour at Charlotte, and we hope for another one here today at the Rock. And here's the start line for this running event. On the pole in car number 11, the Budweiser Ford this season, it's Jessica Shelton. Number 11 Budweiser Ford. She's won 2 races so far this season, and won in the season at Texas and at Darlington. She'll be alongside 3-time winner this season, Cole Deaver, Gene Gibbons Chevrolet car number 3. He's won 3 races this season, and he's the points leader coming in this race. Row 2 will have car number 42, Kyle Matthews, the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. He always seems to run good here at the Rock, and looks for another win here today as he's won 3 races this season so far. He'll be alongside Dover winner Johnny Gardner in car number 7, the Hooters Ford. Third row has a pair of 2-time winners this season. Joshua Osborne, who's won wins this season, came at the second Dover race and the second Charlotte race, as he won that Charlotte race by 0.02 of a second in the Mellow Yellow 500. Beside him will be Pocono and North Wilkesboro winner Quentin Moore in car 21. The fourth row will be car 71 Jesse Turner and number 98 Seth Cole. Next row, both of them carry in-car cameras in today's event. The fifth row will have car 18 Preston Plord and number 26 Sky Commons in the Wicker State Ford. Third in-car camera will be carrying inside Kyle Matthews' car. The sixth row will have Kat Batson and Keith Batson, husband and wife, in the same row. Keith's win came this season at Sonoma. Kat yet to win a race this season, but she hopes to here today. Next row down is Dylan Poteet in 22 and 2-time winner this season Jonathan Sorlin in 25, who won the Southern 500 at Darlington and the night race at Bristol. Next row down has Auto Club winner Mike Becker in 44 and number 2 Dylan Young, 3-time winner this season so far, including both the Michigan races and the Brickyard 400 at Indy. Next row down has Charles Sanford, a 5-time winner this season, in the DuPont Chevrolet car 24, and number 52 Napa Auto Parts Ford of Zachary Fitzwater. Next row down, looking for the Rockingham sweep, William Brock in the number 4 Kodak Film Chevy. He won here earlier this season, and he also won at the second race at Richmond. He'll be alongside Ryan Brommer in car 33, the Skull Bandit Chevy. Next round is Becca Tellier in car 6, the Valvoline Ford, who won at New Hampshire this season, and she came agonizingly close to that win at Charlotte in the last race in the tour, as she was the one who was on the wrong end of that 0.02 of a second finish. And alongside of her will be car 75 James Henry, the Factory Source from America Ford. Vince Alvarenga in car 83 and Paul Minnick in car 90 has the next row down. Next row after that will be car number 1, Diego Yepes, and number 9, the Orkin Pest Control Ford, Simon Bloomfield. Next row down is number 40, the Dirt Devil Pontiac of Mitchell Collins, the Pepsi 400 winner, and Jay Jefferson, car 5, the Talladega winner, the Tide Chevrolet. Next row down has Zach Winkle in car 17 and Jose Mills in number 31. Next row down has number 68, TJ Dent, and Nicholas Wade in car number 14. Next row down is Ty Dent in car 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac, and Eli Bright, the Daytona 500 champion in car 8, the Ray Bestis Ford. Next row down is Riley Spurley, tube in car 27, the McDonald's Ford, and Nathan Orman, the Jasper Engines Ford, car number 55. And starting shotgun field will be Rob Evans in car number 12, the Meineke Mufflers Ford. So, points battle is down to it here. Cole Deaver looks to extend his lead, hopefully for him, after Rockingham, as he's looking for his 4th victory this season. Shelton looking for a 3rd. And all the questions will be answered in 59 laps. Here comes Command to fire the engines here at the Rock.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
I might want to add the guy is screwed up because there's a woman sitting on the front row in today's event. What in the freak happened here? clicked on the pace car, clicked on nobody's view, and all the cars disappeared. I don't know what that was all about. It's probably a glitch or something. But anyway, a Ford Chevy front row happening here at Rockingham as we're at the third to the last race of the season. As a road to the championship continues on here right here at the Rock. It's Ford on the pole, Chevy second, and a Pontiac third. So a little bit of parity being shown here in this series as the green flag is about to fly here as Jessica Shelton and Cole Deaver will lead them down. The AC Delco 400 is on. In-car cameras today carried by Kyle Matthews, Jesse Turner, and Seth Cole. Those three carrying the camera in today's event. And Kyle Matthews, he's always got seems to have a strong car at the Rock as they come off turn number 2. He looks inside of Shelton. Shelton pulls ahead for the moment. In the meantime, 3 wide, Joshua Osborne looking strong here in that number 15 car. And by the way, comes in this race second place and stands behind Cole Deaver. Coming into this event here at the Rock. Shelton led the first lap, but Kyle Matthews takes the lead now in number 42. And Cole Deaver sliding back in the number 3 car as he has dropped back to the 16th position after starting this race in second. You get hung up on the outside of the track here, and more times than not, that will bite you. You better try to find an inside line quick. He wants to move his way back up to the field here. James Henry's on the inside. Not quite out of Cole's way, and now he is. But meantime, Kyle Matthews is the one leading the race. Second position, battling for second is Joshua Osborne and Jessica Shelton. A pair of red Fords going at it. Shelton in 11, Osborne in 15. Preston Ford up to 4th position right now. 5th is Jesse Turner. 6th is Poteet. Cat Batson 7th. 8th is Mike Becker. 9th is Johnny Gardner. And 10th position right now is Keith Batson. Batson, a former winner here at the Rock here before, as he won this event 2 seasons ago. Jonathan Zorlin running in 11th position. Deaver's now up to 12th now after sliding back early on in the race. Seth Cole in 13th as he's trying to get by his buddy Dylan Young. On board Seth Cole's car. Trying to go inside of Jonathan Zorlin in 25 machine as they come off the 4th turn. And that's what's like the lap around Rockingham with Seth Cole, who runs right now is actually caught up in a high side now as he's getting train length now by Quentin Moore in the 21, Dylan Poteet in the 2, and Charles Sanford in 24. Well, actually Sanford moved up the track there and actually tried to get around Dylan Young, but Seth was blocking his way. Sanford right now running 16th in this race here. He's leading them all and wins this season with 5 of them so far. That 24 car, winning the first stop at Talladega, the first stop at Charlotte in the 600. He also won the first stop at Pocono, and also has won at the second race at Martinsville, the second race at North Wilkesboro. So Charles doing a very strong car this season so far, but a hiccup at Charlotte, where he finished race, I think, dead last in that race. Here, he did not need that points-wise. But he still remains top 5 in the points coming into this event at the Rock, though. So Sanford doing what he needs, having a whole lot better run today than he did at Charlotte, though. But that is for sure. But he is having a good one here today for sure. It's the lead changed again. Jessica Shelton back on top in car number 11 on lap number 11, as she is leading Kyle Matthews. Third is Preston Blord. Fourth is Jesse Turner. And fifth is now Joshua Osborne. Actually, make that Johnny Gardner's now fifth. Osborne's dropped to sixth. Gardner with a good season so far for him. His only win of the season came at the first race at Dover, where he dominated that event in the Alan Quickie colors. And in fact, Gardner only won once last season. That came in the finale at Homestead Miami Speedway. As Gardner moves inside of Jesse Turner, and that 7 car may be one to keep an eye on here as he's now moved his way up in the 4th position. Meantime, Kyle Matthews trying to get around Jessica Shelton. Riding inside Matthews' car as he's taking the lead away from Jessica Shelton. His last lap is fastest of the race so far, 153.5 miles per hour. Fast lap race so far, set by Cole Deaver, just over 154 miles per hour. So the Rock, a pretty fast track here without question, though. This is one of the 4 1-mile tracks we come to this season. We come to this track here, Rockingham. We go to Dover. We also go to Phoenix, which is, by the way, next on the tour. And we also go to New Hampshire. That's the 4 1-mile tracks we go to on the circuit. So the 42 and the 11, both running nose to tail from each other here as they come off turn number 2. Johnny Gardner's now picked off Preston Plord for the 3rd position, and the crash has happened and caused the yellow flag to fly for the first time. And a multi-car crash, too. Rob Evans in number 12. We saw Vince Almarego. Seth Cole and Sky Commons both crash. Becca Tellier, she's in it. Oh, and the points leader! Cole Deaver, the points leader's crashed! Oh my gosh. Zach Winkle, he's crashed. Vince Alvarego, Eli Bright, TJ Dent, and Diego Yepes. We must have a very big pileup. Oh, and Charles Sanford, he's crashed as well in the 24. Usually we never have a big one at the Rock, though, but I don't know what the heck caused that. Oh, and the points leader is going to take a hit points-wise, too. He was leading by just over 100 coming into this event. And they were battling for, I think that was for 4th position, Osborne, Seth Cole, and, not Seth Cole, but Osborne, Deaver, and Preston Plord. I think it looks like Cole drives. It's kind of hard to tell from this view, I think. I don't know if Cole drove in the Osborne or if Osborne drove in the Deaver. I don't know what happened there. Far chase view that never fails us, and so we'll see what happened there. Looked to me like Osborne, he drives right down, he drives Deaver down on the apron of the track. Deaver comes back up here, and then they both crash into each other. Osborne pancakes the side of the car. Deaver spins are there, and it looks like they were going to get away unscathed, and then Deaver goes back down the track. Oh, and Seth Cole just clobbers the 3 car. Deaver comes back down the track here. Luckily, he does not get hit again. I don't believe he does, but the calamity is gonna be right about here. Right about here, I think. Oh, and somebody was upside down. I think it was Seth Cullen who got turned upside down. Now watch Seth. He's gonna go back down the track, hits Cole Deaver in the 3. Then Saber's gonna rear in the back of Cole's car. Seth's gonna send Seth spinning. And Sky Comes just gives him the coup de grace and slams right into Seth's car, sends him upside down. Tellier was in it, Zach Winkle's in it. Jose Mills barely got through it in the 31 car and the 30 of Ty Dent. and just suddenly just bottlenecked everybody up, and just everybody starts rear-ending each other. Oh, Seth got jacked up big time in that 98 car. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. Let's go on board Seth Cole's car. Boy, there is going to be a shakeup in the points after this, because that is going to... So, we're going to get set for green flag here. And just in time, we get set for the restart here in lap number 20. We'll have 39 laps to go. And Deaver, and obviously this race is going to knock Deaver out. He is going to be 36th in the final running order, with Tellier 37th, then Seth Cole 35th, 34th. Sky Cummins 33rd would be Evans, and Winkle 32nd, Alvarenga 31st, 30th would be TJ Dent, and 29th would be Diego Yepes. And the green flag is out. Kyle Mendes is the leader of the race with Jessica Shelton second. As they come to the start-finish line, that is going to be a new opportunity, though, for guys like Dylan Young was up there in the points as well. Shelton, in fact, is going to may have a new lease on life points-wise herself, because she is second right now. And I think she was about 4th or 5th or something like that coming into this race in the points. So she may be looking her chops points-wise as well. As is will be guys like Dylan Young with Deaver out of the race, and I think Osborne got drop kicked back to, I think, 17. Well, Osborne actually may be gaining as well, because he's 17th in the race right now. So Cole Deaver, who had an insurmountable 207-point lead coming into North Wilkesboro, he had problems there. Had a good run at Charlotte in that event, and then now problems at Rockingham has caused a crash to happen. So Deaver, I think needs a good run at Phoenix and interest in the tour after this to have a better shot at the championship going into Homestead if he keeps the points coming out of this event. Otherwise, though, we may have a heck of a championship battle coming into Homestead if this keeps up. But it's still Shelton leading, then Matthews, then 3rd is now Gardner, 4th is Plord, 5th is Turner, 6th is Kat Batson, 7th is Jonathan Zorlin, 8th is now Keith Batson, Dylan Young in 9th, and actually got the Dylans hooking up together. Young in the 2, Poteet in 22. And Poteet's another guy who's been quietly in the top 10 points. We haven't talked about Poteet at all as much this season. But this is a guy who's been quietly running very strong here today. The man from the western part of Kentucky in the 22 Maxwell House machine. But Poteet, of course, you remember, was the very first champion of the series back in season number 1 back in 2011. So that's how far back Poteet goes championship-wise, and he has, and of course, he's one of the all-time leaders in all-time wins in this series as well. But he has not won a race in a long time, and that 22 Maxwell House car's been quietly fast all season long. So Poteet, I would imagine, is definitely a contender. Is definitely a contender every race he goes to without question. But he has been running strong this season. He's not won yet this season, but he's up there every time. He is right now running in 9th. He is right now running in 8th position. Batson's 9th. 10th is Dylan Young. 11th is Mike Becker. And Osborne spins again, and oh my goodness! And this time Osborne's upside down. We got a bad crash in turn number 1. Brommer's crashed. Jose Mills has crashed. William Brock, James Henry, Simon Bloomfield, Eli Bright, Zachary Fitzwater, Sanford, I think, was in the crash. And several cars. They better be watching out. Shelton just barely missed. And so did Matthews. But caution number 2 is going to fly on the 28th lap, the 27th lap of this event. And it was the 15 car got turned again going into turn number 1. Here's Osborne. He apparently he had an engine failure, looks like, on the 15 car. And then Riley Spurlington in 27 just turns him around. And then Nicholas Wade in the 14 car, he just crashes into him. Looks like it's just going to be a 2-car crash. And Osborne gets hit by Jose Mills right there. And in that sense, Osborne upside down in the 15 car. So as if having mechanical problems is not bad enough, James Henry, then Simon Bloomfield, William Brock, and then Osborne just lands almost on top of the 75 car, and then back on all 4 wheels he goes, but the damage has already been done to number 15 Motorcraft Ford. That was number 2 in the points right there. He's still going to finish ahead of Deaver, though, but I mean, not by much, not as much as he was going to here. And there's everybody else that's all damaged up right there. There's Jose Mills. He's all damaged up in the 31 car. He sits on pit road. Now watch the leaders here. That's Shelton and Matthews. Jess wins race back to the yellow flag. And wow. Jessica Shelton just absolutely just took heads up driving as she just missed the number back in the number 4 car. The 4 and the 24 are running behind the number 11 car. So well, that crash did knock the 15 out of the race, though. He's going to end up finishing 27th in this race here. And already we got a big field of cars in the attrition list. I don't think we're done yet. She was, yeah, 15 cars out of the race, or 14 cars out of the race so far here at the Rock. And something's telling me that Brock and Sanford actually gained their laps back, and they are. Well, anyway, Jessica Shelton got the jump on the restart here. Sorry we missed it, and then Johnny Gardner's. What is going on here? Brock and Brock and Sanford were not supposed to be on the lead lap in this race, so they were both a lap down. And now, let's see, Brommer's going to hold up Poti, Young, and several others. And Mike Becker's wall riding a little bit going through the first. And he's going to turn Mitchell Collins. Collins and Spurley 2 both spin in the yellow flag flash for the 3rd time. Well, this cluster, you know what, all started really throwing the caution because the 4 and the 24 cars were not supposed to be on the lead lap in this race. They were both tail end up, I think. And for some inexplicable reason, they both got moved up into 3rd and 4th positions. Or 2nd and 3rd positions when this whole thing started. It's only when we started. So, yeah, a scoring screw-up happened while I was looking at the replays of the second caution flag of the day. Well, now this one here, I say it was caused because of this, too. Anyway, Mitchell Collins was running 18th in this race there. Mike Becker gets off the wall, turns right into the 40 car of Collins, and it's going to turn him right into the 27 car of Spurley Tube. So, not as bad of a crash as it could have been, but and Spurley Tube goes right down the inside of the racetrack here and just plows right into the wall. But, all of that held up Kyle Matthews, what happened, and dropped him back from 2nd to 5th. Well, anyway, let's try this again. Shelton leads, and second is Johnny Gardner. Third is Zorland. Fourth is Jesse Turner. Matthews fifth. Samper is in sixth position, but I don't think he's going to be sixth for long. Then it's Kat Batson, Preston Plord. And Batson's going to go up the racetrack and see if she gets past Charles at all. Anyway, Kyle Matthews, he's going to dives it down on the inside of the racetrack here. He gets by Turner, and he's going to try to get by Zorn and battle for the lead. Johnny Gardner inside of Jessica Shelton is for the lead. And Gardner's going to take it, coming off turn number into turn number 1. So Johnny Gardner takes the Allen Quickie cars out in front here at Rockingham. Shelton's now second. Matthews going to try for third spot. And one of the cars is coming down pit road. I don't know who that was. It's Mike Becker, number 44. He's coming down pit road. Making an unscheduled stop in the number 44 car there. 45 miles an hour down pit road. And he is out of the race. And meantime, Kyle Matthews and Jessica Shelton is now getting by Johnny Gardner in number 7 car. And for Matthews, it was a header failure on that number 44 STP Pontiac, so he is going to be 23rd, first car out of the race so far. So Shelton leading the race. Second is now Matthews. Third is Johnny Gardner. Then Jesse Turner and Jonathan Zorland. On board, Kyle Matthews' car from the roof cam in the number 42 Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Let's go low on Jessica Shelton. Is the battle for the lead rages on between the 11 and 42 Ford versus Pontiac. Matthews floors the throttle on that Grand Prix, and he's going to take the lead from Shelton at the line. Shelton at the high side as she's getting passed by the 7 car Johnny Gardner, as Gardner tries to get past Shelton. Dips down, he's got second position, and now Jesse Turner and Zorland both going at it here. So you got 2 Chevrolets mixing in with the 2 Fords. You got a third Ford right there behind with Kat Batson. Dylan Young in 7th. He and Shelton both have an opportunity to gain points both now on Osborne and Deaver. And they're making some inroads right now. Dylan Young's in 7th, and Shelton right now running 3rd. Actually, maybe drop back further. Now she's now 5th now as she's dropping back. Zorland goes by, and here comes Kat Batson at number 16. And she should be able to be clear of Kat after she gets by him. Or she gets by her, I should say, excuse me. This time by completes the 46th lap. We'll have 13 to go here in the AC Delco 400. Kyle Matthews leads. Second is Johnny Gardner. Those two looks like they may battle it out for the win here. Remember, those two battled out for the win at Dover, with Gardner taking the win in that event, but not without a fight from the 42 car of Matthews, obviously, in that event. That was in the first race. That was in the first Dover race, by the way. And here comes Zorland at 25 cars. It's been very strong since the race at Bristol, where he dominated that event. Backed that up with a win at the Sutter 500 at Darlington, and he is now in 3rd position at the moment, the number 25 Kodiak Chevy. Good run for the Ken Schrader colors as he moves his way through the 3rd and 4th turns now. Kat Batson 4th, and Jessica Shelton now running in 5th position as they get by the 71 of Jesse Turner. And we're inside Jesse's car now with 6th position, Jesse Turner that is, as we're coming up now on 10 laps to go in this event. Turner's car's been very solid here today at the Rock. 10 laps to go, and that was the completion of the 49th lap of this race. Averaging so far 105.729 miles per hour here after 49 laps of this race. Into the third turn now. Zorlan's hung up on the high side now. Off the fourth turn they come here. So Shelton moves back into the third position here, and Jesse Turner's now going to try for sixth position. Dylan Young running seventh, Keith Batson eighth, Preston Pord ninth, and Jay Jefferson's moving in the 10th position. Battle for second place here between Gardner and Shelton right now as they try to chase down Kyle Matthews. There's now 6 to go right now. Off turn number 4 they come. Shelton looks low for second place there. Now, could this be a battle for the win between those 3 cars? It's looking to shape up that way. That is if they come up to the back of Matthews' car now. As they go in the turn number 1, Gardner up in the high side of the track here. Shelton. And she is closing up on Matthews right now as we're coming now down on 4 laps to go in this race. Intervals closing up though. It's down to 3/10 of a second now with now 4 to go. Matthews trying to hold on for another win at Rockingham. Jessica Shelton, she's won this very race before, the AC Delco 400 that is. Matthews has won the spring race at Rockingham before, but I don't think he's ever won the fall race. But that may change in about 3 more laps. But Jess is right there at number 11 car. Battle for the win between 2 of the best in this series. Pontiac in first, and you got Ford's second and third at the moment. Lap traffic is up ahead in the form of William Brock and Zachary Fitzwater. They could be a factor here, possibly. They come up on 2 to go this time by. Shelton is right there now with 2 laps to go. Interval still the same, a quarter of a second. Matthews on the low side of Fitzwater now. Shelton's going to try to follow suit there. And he's pulling to the back of Brock's car. Here comes Shelton to the low side of Matthews. Off the 4th turn. White flag is out. Matthews in 42. Shelton in the 11. There's the leader's now leads out on a 10th of a second. Shelton's got one more shot at Matthews, though, in the turns 3 and 4, though. Matthews trying to keep it smooth. He knows 1/7 Shelton's by him. Through the 3rd and 4th turns they come, and Shelton's going to fall just a little bit short, and they off the 4th turn they come. The AC Delco 400 belongs to Kyle Matthews, his 4th win of the season. But the lap traffic just about cost Matthews right there. On that coming to the white flag as Shelton pulled up to the back bumper. Going into turn number 1, they were side by side. But the Nelly Yellow Pontiac holds on. Shelton's going to finish 2nd. 3rd's going to go to Johnny Gardner. 4th to Dylan Young. 5th to Jesse Turner. 6th to Jonathan Zorland. 7th to Kat Batson. Preston Pord 8th. Keith Batson 9th. And Jay Jefferson finishes in 10th position. Average speed 1:11.230. A race that saw 3 yellow flags today. And Rockingham delivers a terrific finish here today. Rest of the finishing order here for you here. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Dylan Potey comes home in 11th. 12th will go to Quentin Moore. 13th, Nathan Orman. 14th, Paul Minnick. Ty Dent, 15th. 16th will go to Eli Bright. Charles Sanford, without the front clip, finishes 17th. Raleigh Spurlington, 18th, and Mitchell Collins, 19th. The three cars are Lambermore down. William Brock, 20th. 21st, Zachary Fitzwater. And 22nd, Ryan Brommer, the last finisher of this race. And there are 15 cars that finished out of the race here. Mike Becker was 20. Cars out of the race: Mike Becker, Simon Bloomfield, Jose Mills, Nicholas Wade, Joshua Osborne. Number 2 in the points comes home 27th. Then James Henry, Diego Yepes, TJ Dent, Benson Morego, Zach Morego with a clutch problem. Rob Evans, Sky Commons, Seth Cole, 35th. Leader of the points, Cole Deemer, 36th. And Becca Tellier will end up 37th in today's event. So two of the points contenders in trouble during this race here after crashes, but and that's going to breathe new life into some of the points contenders, though, including, I believe Dylan Young and Jessica Shelton. So that's going to breathe some new life into those two contenders, as we may have a 4-car battle possibly for the championship, and maybe more. We'll see what the points look like at the end of this video. But anyway, average speed 111.23 miles per hour. Kyle Matthews wins the AC Delco 400 at Rockingham. And anyway, like I see here, for sure, subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NNSCRA gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out the Last of Us Live series, the Pizza Hut X series, the Hershey's Cup series, and the Coors Light Truck series as well as the Super Skittle Super Speedway series that's also on this channel. And also be sure to check out other NNSCRA series, including the Marvel Studios Cup series and the Budweiser All Pro series as well. So some of the best offline leagues are under the NNSCRA umbrella. So that will do it today here at Rockingham, where Kyle Matthews has won the AC Delco 400 in a classic battle between he and Jessica Shelton that came down to the checker flag in that race here. We'll see you at Phoenix International Raceway in the running of the Subway 500 for the next to last stop of the season. And so for now, this is James Paulson, member production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best. We'll see you at Phoenix.